Welcome to the Breakfast Breakdown, where we ask the big question, how did they do that? So my name's John Gooden, joined by my coach here at Team Crossface, UFC veteran David Lee. Dave, not a lot went the way of submissions on the weekend. I think we had 2 across the card. We're going to be speaking about Bret Johns. Just on that note, submissions now, apparently in 2019, as I said in the video that I'm going to put here or here, fewest amount that they've seen in the UFC history. But when people do go for it, they're more successful. So jiu-jitsu is really changing in mixed martial arts, which is one of the reasons why we're doing this. Back to Bret Johns, one of Chris Reese's students over in Wales. They have a very strong jiu-jitsu academy down there, as well as obviously mixed martial arts. Great to see him back. Dave, let's talk about this fight.
So you can see in the beginning of the fight, right in round 1, he's searching for that choke. He's got the body triangle. The trouble is here, he's got gravity is not on his side. He's probably clinging on to dear life with his legs, and then also trying to wrap his neck up. So you can see here, he's trying to hand fight a little, get his arm a little deeper under that neck as he can, but the angle's a little off. The wall isn't really helping him. Goes for the short choke, can't get it. Tries the rear naked choke, the big choke, can't really get the angle. I think the wall's not helping him with the fence all over him. He's sliding off of him. It's a bit troublesome to get up when you're standing.
Round 3, Dave, he finally gets it done.
Yeah, so goes back to the well really in round 3. It takes him, this is nice, where he gets that single and then boom, he's trying to escape and he just doesn't manage it, and then boom, he's straight on the back. Like, it just looked like he poured a cup of water over him and he's straight gluing himself to the back. The only problem here is he's trying to get rid of that hook, which forces that body triangle, and as you can tell in round 1, Bret loves the body triangle, and he's putting the squeeze on with his legs as well as trying to squeeze that neck. So you got 2 things to worry about here. So the worst thing is the neck. So even though that body triangle is really sucking some air out of you and not letting your diaphragm expand, you got to be panicking for that neck. So he's a little high here, and he's kind of like just pushing that elbow enough just to get a little blood back in that brain and get the air going. You can see his breath though. He's really trying to breathe, and he's having a trouble breathing. So when you're having trouble breathing, you've not got much blood in your brain, you're going to make the wrong decisions or not maybe the correct decisions. And here, Bret's just biding his time. He's trying to get his angle. The trouble is here is that wall again's not really helping him. As you can see, he's running up the wall to try to escape, trying to keep that elbow off his neck, trying to stop everything he can just getting choked. But then comes the end. As soon as he flattens him out like that and gets the back control, he's hanging on with the body triangle again, which is just, it's excruciating. Unless you can feel that, you don't really appreciate the squeeze that's putting on him. And I'm guessing Bret just thinks, right, I'm going to finish him. I couldn't get the choke anyway before, but now I can't put him away with the punches. It just doesn't work. But I think he's just getting hit so many times. He's expecting another hit to come, and that arm just slides straight around. You can see the elbow is a little bit more under the chin now, and that's it, done.
Yes, nice work. We're going to get ready, but I want to talk first of all about the choke itself and how that went down, but I think it would be worth talking about this body triangle as well and how that played a factor. Right, well, we got gloves on. This becomes a bit more real now, doesn't it? So there's a big difference. There's a big difference, I think, about defending a rear naked choke in jiu-jitsu and then in mixed martial arts. Obviously, like we've seen with Bret in that fight, punchy, helped get it done, mixing his arts. But also, these become a bit of a barrier, Dave, so I think it's a bit better if we look at how it works with these on.
Yes.
Rear naked choke.
So, first of all, if I got a glove on, and don't forget, I mean, you got a glove, you got a wrap on as well, so your hand is now physically bigger. Even if you got no wrap on, your hand is physically bigger, and it's constricted in a different way than if you didn't have a glove on.
Sure.
You know, the fingers are tighter, you got all this stuff around your fingers, so your hand isn't as small to slide through. That's why I never used to like wearing wraps, and I used to love the smallest gloves I could get.
Gunnar Nelson, I saw him, he'll hate me for telling you this, used to try on the female gloves, like a bantamweight fighter's gloves, and he would look at that and go, oh, it fits the hand, and he was literally
because a lot of gloves is different, because obviously, even if you have the same glove, from show to show they can be made different, or they've been in the factory's different. But it's, if you can get a glove that's not, especially if you're into submission, you've got to think about the grip that you're going to have when you've got a wrap on and a glove, but also to slide your hand through that gap. Mm-hmm. if it's bigger than what you need, like if it's a little bit too big here, it's going to be a factor.
Yeah.
And as you can see with the footage of this fight, normally if someone chokes you, you're going to go to the fingers on the throat, maybe trying to get. And this is not a great option, because now you're not just sliding, your fingers trying to get it over the arm of your opponent. You're now trying to get your glove in there. So you're trying to defend with a bigger object,
but also attack with a bigger object. So is it like?
Yeah, but so you see a lot of people try to shove that get underneath it rather than trying to dig their hands in.
Right.
Because it's kind of a little bit harder to get the whole. You haven't got as much time to get in there, so you start pushing underneath, and the defense as well as me trying to get my hand into attack. Mm-hmm. The defense is a little bit different as well. You see a lot of people get here rather than trying to tuck their fingers in.
Okay.
Because of the glove. So when you see Bret trying to, like in the first part of that fight, like in the first round, he's trying to get that short choke.
Yeah.
Right. Which
he had the body triangle when they were up.
Yeah,
I'm not strong enough to carry Dave's weight like that, but.
Yeah, I've put a bit of pounds on. But yeah, so if you think here it's easy for me to do this.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got to worry about gravity. So if I'm trying to do all this stuff as well, and trying to stay on your back, is very hard.
Okay.
So that body triangle, even though he's trying to squeeze it, his legs are getting pumped full of blood, they're getting tired, and it's the first part of the round. He doesn't want to, over fatigue his arms or his legs.
Because with that body triangle, Dave, you're obviously you're forcing you're driving forward with your bottom half, but when you're trying to take that choke, you're pulling back. But if you're not arched on the bottom, then that's a kind of a weird
there's a lot of
distribution
factors.
of weight.
A lot of factors with the pressure of the triangle and the gravity trying to pull you down. There's no grip. You haven't got fabric holding you up. It's skin to skin. This is happening. He's moving around. It's hard. There's a lot of things going on. So when he's trying to get that short choke, you see him kind of try. And again, what I really want to do, you see where my elbow is, I think the fence was not really helping him.
Okay.
Because he hasn't really, where he's stuck against that fence here, he kind of can't really punch his hand through properly, and it's having a bit of difficulty getting it. And where he's, they're lent up against the wall to try and stay upright, because what he doesn't want to do is fall to the floor and give him that position. So he's here like this, and he doesn't want to fatigue, even though that short choke looks super tight.
Yeah.
And you can see him trying to battle the hands to try and get that more of a grip here and get his forearm wedged under the neck. Mm-hmm. And you see him try this, it doesn't work again. Round one, he hasn't been in there for a while, so he doesn't want to blow his arms out. He can't, he's getting the grip that he wants. Then he tries to come up here, which isn't really great for the rear naked choke, because I really want my hand ideally back here.
Right.
I can hide my hand, I can push your head, and also pull my arm into your neck. So here isn't great, because this gives you opportunity to pull my hand off, and again, takes the pressure of this choke away. Yeah. I think that's why he was kind of going back and forth. And this guy, it's tough when someone doesn't want you to choke him. It's tough, especially trying to stay up on him. Yeah. But the body triangle worked later on in the fight. Yeah. When he gets it to the floor, that's where the body triangle will do the most damage.
Okay, well let's go to where how he got it then. And as I say, he mixed his arts. He was trying with the submission, didn't work. Softened him up with some punches. Round 3 as well makes a big difference, I guess.
And I think sometimes maybe the confidence that he got in the first round of defending that choke, maybe he just thought he could defend it some more as well. So you see, he takes that single leg.
Yes, it was a really nice
He kind of scurries to the floor. He's got the back, and what happened is they're on the fence a little, and he's moved his foot off to clear his hip away and escape. But what happens? Brett very nicely sneaks the other foot in and makes that body triangle. Right. Now here the body triangle is. This is the fulcrum of the body triangle, putting all the pressure on. So what makes this looped is here, this pressure. And as soon as they start to move and he starts to defend, he just gets up onto that back position. And if I'm here, this is gonna come apart, it's not good. so I need to keep it tight.
Yeah.
So where I get this body triangle here, now when he's trying to escape or whatever, I can try to choke him. You see, I'm a little too high, like Bret was a little too high to get this choke here. But then, once he starts to move, he just lets him, then he gets that top position. And now from here, look, I make this body triangle, and all I gotta do is pressure you, and I just start to ride and get you down on the floor. And then all he does here is wait and wail this punch, you know, and this is tight, this is my attack, and now the punches are coming. And all he done was just lean up on him and start, and that pressure on the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel a little bit bad doing it, but that pressure on the back and just wailing that's not a good place to be, you know? And I think what happened, where he's on the back like that, and he's wailing those punches, you can't think straight. Try it at home. I mean, try getting.
Don't try it at home.
Try someone punching you in the face and make a great decision. It's not a good thing to do. You wouldn't do that in a business meeting. So where he's wailing those punches, that just slides straight in. Because he's not too concerned about the choke, because he's getting punched in the face. And as soon as that slides in, boom, he's straight on it. And now his hand isn't perfect. It doesn't need to be, but it's not in the front where he's going to pull it off easy. It's straight on top, and that body triangle, and I mean, you're making a triangle with your arms, right? So that rear naked choke and the body, he just sucks all his life out of him, stops the blood to the brain. It's a done deal.
Let's talk about that body triangle then, because I don't want to be making comparisons with Gravely to Rafael dos Anjos, but it was just quite interesting how later on, co-main event, Michael Chiesa, congratulations on that victory, that was wonderful. But in the first round there, he had a body triangle on RDA, but he managed to alleviate that pressure. It's something that I've struggled with when people have got that body triangle. I've not really understood the mechanics of how to get out of it, but RDA did a good job of shifting onto the fulcrum point.
Yeah, I mean, the body triangle itself is just a tough position to be in. I don't use it a lot.
You need a long pair of pins.
Well, you say that, but Jones isn't a big dude. He's not that tall.
Right.
So where you because I would say the same thing. If you're really long and you have long legs, it works really well. But Bret Johns made it work really well. The thing, if you can see, I think maybe with Chiesa's one, it's a little bit lower on the hip in the beginning, and RDA knows this position, and he just keeps moving.
Yeah.
You know, that's number one. If I can keep moving and don't let you really establish, if I can prevent it, even better. Okay. If I don't let you get there, it's amazing. So that's before you get the position. As you're getting the position, if I can move you or disrupt your movement or whatever, I stand better odds of escaping. If I wait till after, now I have a problem. And as you can see, in the comparisons of the fight, I don't think necessarily, obviously maybe a level of experience and stuff, but you see RDA, it didn't wait. It just didn't wait. He's just moving. Yeah. He's not letting the position settle.
Yeah.
You know, and I think maybe because different times of the rounds, as you can see in the first round, he's preventing Bret from getting him to the floor with that body triangle.
Yeah.
So he's kind of, although he's got it, he's defending and not letting it get any further.
Okay.
So maybe this is a factor. But like we said earlier, if you get the body triangle on me because you got a longer leg, right? But and you can feel it like here, if it's across my hip, it won't change my voice. But you can hear already, it changes my voice because you're disrupting my diaphragm. You're disrupting the air intake of my body and the air escaping. Every time the air escapes, you're shutting me down a little more. But what puts this pressure on is this here, right? This is what makes this whole thing loop up and tighten. So if I can get rid of this, and you notice when he escapes, he gets here.
Yeah.
And just doing this in itself, the weight of my body on this leg opens your knees. So if you squeeze, right? If you squeeze, you can hear. Oh, if you do it again, I'll probably get a burp. But you can squeeze, and look, you can hear my voice. Squeeze, John, you can hear my voice. Squeeze again, look.
Yeah.
Just by me blocking and pushing your knee out that way, takes a little bit of the pressure off. So of course, I can't just do this. In a fight, you're gonna punch, you're gonna choke me. So one way of dealing with it a little is to lean on it. And if you squeeze again, John, keep squeezing, you can hear my voice, and now you can hear my voice. My air gets a little bit easier. And you can see straight away he's defending, he's holding the hand out so the choke isn't there. You can't punch him that effectively, and he's alleviating that squeeze.
Yeah.
So now I have more oxygen in my body, I can think better. Now it's possible that I try to escape this position.
Yeah.
Right? Get rid of this pressure. The first thing to do in that body triangle position is to get rid of the pressure, right? And you can see, like I'll do it to you, you can see, it's kind of like, you gotta feel it to appreciate it. So if I'm here, I have let my legs a little bit short, but if I had this body triangle, right, can you feel the squeeze?
Yep.
Can you really?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can feel it, right? So now, just talk, like you can feel the squeeze.
1, 2, 3,
now
4,
lay down.
5, 6,
Look.
7, 8.
It's not there as, I mean, I'm...
You're pulsing it, that's because it's not there.
But the pressure's gone. If you take this elbow off the ground, look.
Oh, okay.
You see the difference? Because now
So
your body's on my leg.
So completely leave your weight here and then control.
But I will try and squeeze, look, I'm squeezing.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad.
It's not as much.
Yeah.
Right, so that pressure, because this is the fulcrum. If you do this, it opens it and takes that pressure off, but the body triangle is savage.
Yeah.
It just sucks the life out of you.
Yeah. Then you get punched in the face and someone tries to choke you.
Yeah, you gotta, it's hard to multitask.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Congratulations to Bret Johns. I think you got fight the night as well for that one. It was a really good battle. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, give us a comment. Do you like these? Do you like him? All right, we'll see you next time.